U.S. Senate Bill 686, also known as the Restrict Act, aims to restrict foreign threats. It also requires the Department of Commerce to identify and refer to the president any covered holding, like stock or security, that poses a risk to U.S. national security and the safety of U.S. citizens. The president may then compel divestment of or otherwise mitigate the risk. U.S. Senator Mark Warner on Friday said he introduced the bill due to concerns over TikTok, a company under the Beijing-based ByteDance.
China law as of 2017, which requires any Chinese company, at the request of the Communist Party, that they can get everything. You know, unfortunately in China right now is Chinese tech companies, they're not obligated to their customers or their shareholders. At the end of the day, they have to be obligated to the CCP. And I think
he says 150 million Americans use TikTok each day for an average of over 90 minutes a day. He believes there's a national security concern that data is being collected and that the Chinese regime can use the app as a propaganda tool.
Regardless of what TikTok says, Chinese engineers are getting access to this American data. Now, has it been manipulated to date? I'm not saying that. But the idea that you could have this much data of 90 minutes a day of people, disproportionately young people, ultimately residing in Beijing.
But others see it as an attack on Asians and the Chinese American community. Speakers reference Singaporean businessman and entrepreneur Shou Tzu, who has served as CEO of TikTok since 2021.
We were troubled by the fact that there was a specific targeting of Mr. Chu and saying that he must be an emissary or an agent for the Chinese government. Notwithstanding the fact that several times during the hearing, he pointed out that he was a Singaporean citizen. It was a specific targeting of this notion of surveillance that could be offered by the Chinese and linking them to the person at the witness table.
In addressing the question about how the bill would protect freedom of speech, Warner said the problem lies with the fact that the company is based in a foreign country run by a communist regime.
I think there are times when national security, if you can make the case, and the same thing that needed to be made, for example, with Huawei, and we finally made the case, and now we're spending taxpayer money to rip out the equipment, and country after country is now deciding, there's a national security issue. And you could argue, telecom has First Amendment rights as well. But I think the burden will be on the government to show that there's a national security risk.
Meanwhile, on the local level, the Southern California city of Westminster recently banned TikTok on government devices, and Montana became the first state to pass legislation for a complete ban on the app. If signed into law, it would prohibit the use and download of the app within the state. So far, 37 states have taken some sort of action against TikTok. And in December 2022, Congress voted to ban TikTok from federal government-owned devices. David Lamb, NTD News, California.